Before we begin this video, there's one last Pokemon bio to go over. This is the very last bio of the game, and at least of the main story. So let's go over it, shall we? You might think, oh, since this is the last Pokemon of an evolutionary line only available here at the very end of the game, then it must be a really good Pokemon, right? No. Mantike is terrible. On the good news is you can evolve it immediately if you have a Remoraid in your party. The bad news is, even if you evolve it, it is still kind of terrible. Mantine has great special defense, but its other stats are just bad. In addition to it, it has a quad weakness to electric moves, and it has a weakness to Stealth Rock, which is the most common setup in multiplayer. If you wanted a better water flying type, you should have caught a Magikarp at the very beginning of the game, or pretty much any point of the game. Heck, catch it as soon as you get the EXP share. That way you would have a Gyarados, and it would be much better than the Mantike or Mantine you can get here. However, Water Absorb is a pretty good ability. If you do want to catch it, all it's really good for is just being a special wall against grass and water types. Too bad you won't be seeing much grass or water types in the future because, again, this is the end of the main story. Hey guys, Mr. Cheese Gaming here, and welcome back to more of Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. Last time, we went around the Sinnoh region, climbing every single waterfall we had access to. We've also got here, right in front of the Victory Road, the final dungeon of the main story. I did a little bit of off-screen grinding, actually managed to EV train my Pokemon all the way up to where I want to. Of course, I can't technically say that they are fully EV trained because none of them have 512 stat effort value totals. Well, except for Kong and of course Anubis. But I did manage to get them up to where in the specific stats that I want to. Anubis in speed and attack, Polly in special attack, Joy in defense, and Hans in, well, Hans, I didn't do any EV training anyway with Hans at all. I brought Bibarel and Douglas with me because we're going to need not only strength, waterfall, not only surf, strength, rock climb, and waterfall, but we're also going to need rock smash as well. So if you're going through Victory Road, you're going to need at least 2 HM slaves. I got rid of Eti as well as Kong because Kong is at the perfect level that I want him to be, which is level 55, and Eti is the second highest level, being at level 51. Ideally, everyone should be at level 55 before, but for this dungeon, they're at a pretty good level. Well, 50 is ideal, but should be 55 before you actually go up against the bosses. The Elite Four, I mean. The Pokemon League. I'm not gonna give anyone the Amulet Coin because at this point of the game, I don't really care about money. But anyways, I think it's time for me to stop talking and enter Victory Road. Make sure you're stocked up on plenty of repels. 10 super repels would be more than enough. And make sure you have plenty of healing items. If you feel ready, use your super repels and step into Victory Road. Man, I hope it has awesome music just like in Ruby and Sapphire. Nope, it's just a regular cave music. How disappointing. There are a ton of hidden items in here, but I'm not going to go after every single one, just the ones that I know right off the top of my head. If you use Rock Climb right here, you don't actually need to do so, but there is an item over there that you can get, which is behind an avoidable trainer. This trainer would have Ghost-type Pokemon, mostly, a Haunter and a Gengar. Which is why I have Polly out front. Let's see if I can avoid him on the way out. Okay, you can't see me like that. There we go. We avoided him. Go ahead and battle him if you want to. He has a Haunter and a Gengar. Actually, I already forgot what his third Pokemon is. There's no other items down there, but you'll eventually see that there are plenty of ledges that you can fall down. So yeah, once you get to the upper portions, be careful not to fall down those ledges or you're all the way back at the beginning of the dungeon. This trainer is not a spinner, so you can go right by them. Grab another Max Repel. Could be helpful if you forgot to stock up on repels. Anyways, as you may know, the goal of the dungeon is to reach the very top. You see 2 stairs there? One of the stairs leading up to an item, another stairs leading up to the very end. Your goal is to reach those staircases. However, you won't be able to go down. In order to go down, you're going to need to go, well, up first. I'll get all the visible items, even though that I said that I'm going to avoid the invisible ones. There are some rocks here that looks like they should be containing items, but they don't. Anyways, make sure you don't fall down those ledges. And remember that ledge right there and when you finally reach the upper portion, because you don't want to fall off. And because if you fall off, because if you're at the end of the dungeon and you fall off the ledge, you're forced all the way back to the beginning. Or at least halfway, so. Anyways, this trainer right here, the Pokemon that he has is weak to fighting type moves, so I'm gonna have Anubis up front. And here's our first required trainer. Show me how you battled to get here. Let's do this. Blissey has ton of HP, but is weak to fighting type moves and has terrible defense. So it will definitely resist an Aura Sphere. I don't want to waste close combat. A Force Palm should just take it out. Just that it's gonna be a long time because it has a ton of HP. Yep, see how slow that went? But at least we got a level up. Anubis is actually close to learning a really good move. Sending out a Magnezone. I believe Magnezones have good physical defense, so I'm gonna stick with an Aura Sphere. Because I think that Magnezone, the Magnemite family, is known for having fairly low special defense. Then again, I'm going purely off of memory. Or it doesn't matter, it's a critical hit. And a Gleely. Pretty much balanced in stats, doesn't really matter what we're using, but we might as well just use a Aura Sphere. So we have the most power points in there. Pretty easy. So that's how you've battled? Yes, by putting effort values of speed and attack on a Lucario. Good strategy. Once you emerge from Victory Road, the Pokemon League lies directly ahead, but many trainers fail to ever find their way through Victory Road, which doesn't make sense because it's actually a very straightforward path. Anyways, there's the one hidden item that I know where it's located. Anyways, like I said, before you can go down, you have to go up and realize that you have to use Rock Smash. You're supposed to go down, but if you use strength, there's an item you can get to the north. Trick with this boulder, you can't push it down, unfortunately. Instead, you're just gonna have to go here. And you're gonna have to make a sharp turn. Don't gain too much speed, you want to be on low gear so you can do one hop and grab this item before I almost fall off the ledge. Increase your gear so you can make a good hop. And there you go. Want to smash the one on the left so you don't have to break both of them. Now, here we have our first strength puzzle, which, thankfully, there's only one way that you can possibly do it, and I keep checking it even though that I have strength activated. Only way to do that, fortunately, if you leave the area, it's going to be difficult to backtrack. Now, there's no item up here? I don't think so. Here, you can't push the boulder down or else it's going to block your path. There's no way to push it back up, and if you push it all the way to the right, you're pretty much in a dead end. So, this is another required trainer. You. One look at you tells me you're a real contender. I am. Thanks for noticing. Good reason to keep Anubis out in the front. So you can go ahead and use an Aura Sphere. It's a good thing that I'm faster than it because it's also a ground type, which means if it uses Earthquake, it's going to be a stab move. Thankfully it's an ice type, so I can take it out pretty fairly fast. Rampardos. I can take it out with an Aura Sphere as well. Nice critical hit. And this is when Anubis is going to try to learn the new move. Yep, Dragon Pulse. It's good to have a move aside from fighting type moves, which is why I'm going to get rid of Sword Stance. I know some might argue, well, that Sword Stance would increase the power of Force Palm or Close Combat, but nah, I'm still going to get rid of it. It's pretty much 100% accuracy with 90 power. Now I don't have to worry about Pokemon that's going to resist fighting type moves. It would finally be good against dark types. And actually, perfect timing, Mothome flying type, let's use Dragon Pulse because it won't be able to resist it like the other three moves that I have. And another Aura Sphere. I've been using Aura Sphere a lot in this dungeon, actually. Of course, for a long time, I thought that Aura Sphere was the signature move of Lucario, but that's not true because there are plenty of other Pokemon that can use Aura Sphere. Namely, a Togekiss if you bring a Heart Scale to a move relearner. Reminder, you're as tough as you look. Thank you, Lucario is tough. Tough and adorable. One day people will run to the other side of the road when I walk by them. That's a goal of mine I'm working on. Oh, you're trying to be a tough boy, huh? Should definitely heal up Anubis. First time that I need to use a healing item. Anyway, this is Bolter that you need to push. There we go. And we got our third required trainer. Doesn't look like it's required until you see those rocks down there, so... This Total Strangers be a good way to see if I have what it takes to own the Pokemon League's Elite Four. Well, that's what trainers are for. To test if you're strong enough to go up against the boss. Let's try Force Bomb. I can't remember if Clefable is better at physical defense or special defense. Raises the team defense. Well, it's a good thing that I could use Aura Sphere. I believe that Clefable also has Light Screen as well as Reflex, so it can just ruin everything. Hey, Torterra, that's gonna be somewhat of a problem. Oh yeah, that Clefable also has Gravity, so if you have any flying type Pokemon, yeah, Torterra might. I think that Torterra might have Earthquake, but I've never seen it actually use it. Either way, Grass and Ground, weak to Ice. It does have Earthquake. Okay, that's probably why the other Clefable had Gravity. His strategy was probably to use Light Screen, Reflect, Light Screen, and then Gravity. Took down a lot of HP. Joy outspeeds it? Well, then again, it is Torterra, and Torterra is fairly slow. It is a tortoise, after all. Makes you tougher than anyone else in the world. That's not true. The Elite Four is still tougher than me. Doesn't appear as if anyone could even try to stand against your might. The Elite Four should just surrender. I disagree. The Elite Four is fairly powerful. And nobody really needs it. I've actually considered using a Torterra on this playthrough. I would have nicknamed him Hanuna, after the Native American myth of the land turtle. Anyways, use Strength, because there's no other way you can push it. If you push the boulder on the bottom, you're gonna have to push the one on the top, and unfortunately, Rock at the end, gonna block off the exit. However, there is a resolution to it. First up, this trainer is not required, although he's positioned in a way that he looks like he's required. If you leave and come back, the strength puzzle will be reset. So you can go down. You're gonna have to activate strength again. This is completely optional, but it's a good idea to do this anyways. You don't want to push that boulder up. You want to push it to the right, because you're gonna need to push this boulder down, and, well, can't do that if the other boulder is blocking the way. So push this to the right, push this to the left, because you don't have any other choice. Use Rock Smash. Push this boulder down, and there you go. You got some bicycle ramps over there, as well as a double battle. And I'm not of a high enough gear. Get another full restore. Haven't needed to use full restores yet. But anyways, if you have... I remember these trainers. Anubis and Polly are an excellent duel if they're at full health. Go ahead and battle them. I intend to perfect my double battle technique. That will make me better all around. I want to improve my battles techniques as much as I can. That will improve me as a trainer. L and K, they only have one Pokemon each. Anubis and Polly. The Staraptor will ruin our attack. Wouldn't matter for Polly because Polly is a special attacker. And here is my strategy. Use a physical type attack that does not lower my special defense, so no close combat. Use that on the Ambipom. And then use Discharge. I don't think that the Ambipom will go down immediately. And I think the Ambipom will outspeed Anubis. Simply because of Anubis' bad nature affecting his speed. But use Discharge, and a Discharge should take out that Staraptor in one hit. Unfortunately, it's going to hit Anubis, that's why I'm not using close combat. Using Shockwave. Which I knew that Ambipom will outspeed it. And the Discharge should, And Anubis is going to be hurt severely by this. Okay, Anubis won't get any experience, that's a shame. But this Discharge should take both of them out. Took out the Ambipom. I was right. You're an expert double battler too. Technically, those aren't required trainers. But they are if you want to get the item over here, which I do recommend you get because you might as well. It's not really that far out of the way. Unless you don't have any repels. Anyways, I like to have those trainers step forward, that way I can make this easier. Perfect time for a repel to wear off. It probably would have been better if I just go to a lower gear, but either way. Get Stone Edge. And just make your way back. You can either push that boulder down, or you can just hop down the ledge. That veteran over there, he doesn't... If you do want to battle him, his Pokemon aren't that tough, so you don't really have to worry too much about him. They're all level 47 Pokemon. Anyways, make sure you don't fall off that ledge, or else you're gonna have to pretty much back to the very beginning of the dungeon again. And here's a required trainer. Uses fighting type Pokemon. So it's a good idea to have Hans to the front, or any flying type Pokemon, assuming you're using a different team than mine. My Pokemon knows Karate, I'm warning you, it's a tough one. I always liked the name Miles. Miles, it rhymes with Miles. Anyways, Air Slash should take out at least half of his health, unless I critical hit it, in which case... Well, it is more than half of his health. Why bother using another Air Slash? Met my match in strength. Yeah, all the trainers are fairly easy, which is strange considering what's coming up. I made it this far in life using the karate I learned on the internet. Well, that's how everybody learns things these days. Most of the things I know came from just being on the internet. And this is where you're going to need Surf. I believe there's an item if you... No, there is not. Alright. there's also Pokemon here that are at a higher level than my team. Well, only Floatzels, so Repels isn't going to be very useful in the water. Anyways, we have another required trainer who actually tends to use a lot of Psychic Pokemon. It's actually a good idea to start off with something that can use Bug-type moves, since Psychic types are weak to Bug types. So it's a good thing that I have Signal Beam. Anyways, here's our next required trainer. I'm a Psychic. I can see your past. Valencia. Anyway, starting off with a Chimecho. Thankfully, Chimechos aren't really that powerful Pokemon, so a simple Signal Beam should take it out just fine. And Absol, although it is a Dark type and not a Psychic type, Absol is still weak to Bug types, since Dark is weak to Bug. If you're wondering why Dark is weak to Bug type, it's because in Japan the Dark type is known as the evil type. Which I don't know why they're called evil, because most of the Pokemon aren't evil, they're just doing what they need to do to survive. And Absol doesn't even like fighting according to some Pokedex entries, so that doesn't make sense. But generally, since the Dark types are called the evil type, well, the idea is that the fighting type, you would use superheroes to defeat, evil villains. In Japan, there's a lot of TV shows where bug superheroes are depicted as somewhat bug-like, and then there's also the fighting type, which is pretty much the equivalent of a typical superhero. That's why Dark types are weak to fighting and bug types. Unfortunately, this Duxnor is going to resist pretty much everything that Polly can use up against it. So I'm gonna end up switching to Joy, because at least Joy has a ton of HP. And Duxnor is more of a special attacker, and it's a good thing I did that too, because mean luck. If it gets too low, I'll use Soft Boil. And Joy outspeeds it again. I always underestimate Joy's speed. Looks like he really wants to use Will-O-Wisp. Critical hit! Non-damaging moves just burns Joy. Lowers the attack by doing so, but doesn't matter. I'm losing Ice Beam a lot because it is exerting its pressure. It's been through a lot. Yes, I have, in both this game and in real life. Have you met any legendary Pokemon? 6, actually. 2 of which I can't capture, but hey, I could have, right now, if I so wanted to, I can have 4 of my party members be legendary Pokemon. So long as the other 2 are the HM slaves. Why didn't I use Soft Boiled? You can use Soft Boiled outside of battle. Oh, I feel kind of silly. If you go north, you'll encounter a waterfall. However, I suggest going on land first. Yes, even though the Super Repel isn't going to be useful in water because Floatzel goes all the way up to level 50. But I'm gonna be mostly on land here. Anyways, you saw that item all the way near the beginning of the dungeon that might have been bothering some of you. If you're fast enough, you can avoid those trainers and go right to the water. Looks like there should be an item there, but there's not. Anyways, you can finally grab that item through an alternate path, and it's just another rare candy. I almost landed right in front of him. Anyways, don't go near the psychic instead if you... I guess you can, because there's two ways you can get this item, but it would be easier to just go over here and grab this Ultra Ball. You can either sneak by that trainer, or you can backtrack to where the psychic was. And this is why you're gonna need Waterfall. So far, that's 5 HM moves we all had to use. And hence why we had to bring 2 HM slaves. Both Douglas and Big Barrel. Anyways, if you go down, there's no item there, it's just a way back, so... Or is there? I should double check. Good thing I double checked. Really good idea that I double checked, even though that I already have Dragon Pulse on Anubis, but hey. Still good that I went back. There's actually only 2 more required trainers in this dungeon. It's a good idea that I healed up Joy because although this looks like an ace trainer or a bird keeper, is neither. I take Pokemon that are tough to begin with and toughen them up even more. You can help me. Because this guy is actually a dragon tamer. Andrage? That's an interesting name. But anyways, Altaria? Quad weakness to Ice Beam. Yeah, this Altaria really likes using Takedown. Like I said, quad weakness. I think ground-type Pokemon also have a weakness, so if not so, this should also be a quad weak. Oh, alright, it'll space me. But it should pop up, but Joy can easily avoid a ground... Can easily survive Dig, so I'll just use Ice Beam as soon as it comes back up. Okay, you hit me. You'll be disappointed that I survive. Okay, maybe that is quad weak. That alright. Just lucky. There's no way I could have won. I know, losing to a Blissey. How should I teach the most powerful of the Dragon-type moves? You build up your friendship and talk to Wilma, who lives on Route 210. But in order to reach her house, you're gonna need a Pokemon that knows Rock Climb. There's your answer. Level 50 Floatzel again. I know if I hit a Pokemon that's just level 51. If I eventually use a repel, I could avoid this one specifically. Can escape. Yeah, you're kind of difficult to escape from. Really? The other ones I escaped on the first turn and... How is the runaway ratio works anyways? Is it based on speed? Sheesh! I didn't mean to run again, but hey, it worked. Okay, Joy! Alright. Outside of battle, it actually sacrifices HP to heal another Pokemon, so it won't work. It'll only work inside battle. Fine. Did you use a repel again? Yes, I did. Again, looks like should be items, but nope. I don't even think there's an item down here. Nope, takes you right back to the beginning. Anyways, we're actually at the last section of Victory Road. If you go over here, Tubby over here is going to block our way. Let me size you up. You're already dead. Aim for the Pokemon League, that's all you should be thinking about. Yeah, this is pretty much the equivalent of Cerulean Cave. You cannot enter it until after you become champion. But hey, here's Zank. Anyways, if you go down here, I believe... Yep, there's an item. A second Razor Claw. We had got our first one quite a long time ago, but there's a second one if you want it. Anyways, this is actually our last trainer that's required. And Polly, you're the weakest, so I'm gonna have you out. Because I actually forgot what Pokemon this veteran has. I can sense that your Pokemon have a lot of trust in you. You and your Pokemon, you seem to be aglow. How could I forget that you had a Porygon Z? Ah, that's right. You have Signal Beam and Thunderbolt. That's one thing that I remember. I'll use Discharge, and you use Thunderbolt. It's fun to pair up these two to see who is the stronger. And since I have ton of special attacks, let's see if I can confuse it. It's probably trying to paralyze me. Oh, I could have taken you out if it wasn't for that critical hit. That's disappointing. Well, you're normal time. You're normal time, so I can take you out with a Force Palm. That's disappointing. But hey, Anubis gets another level up. The Pokemon that I used to be afraid of! You're not so scary anymore! Well, actually, you're scarier as a Prinplup because I have nothing to work against Prinplup. Well, I guess I can have Polly out with Discharge. That probably would have worked. 10 growth. If only I had a Fire-type Pokemon. Then again, an Ice-type move would have helped. That took a long time. Not very... 10 growth, you're... Oh yeah, my stats are down because I used Close Combat earlier. At least this guy is the last required trainer of the dungeon. You missed. I'm surprised that I forgot about his Porygon Z, but okay. Guess that's how you get to see it if you weren't able to trade. Neither Pokemon nor people live forever, but it's the very frailty of life that allows us to shine. In a way, I kinda agree. Anyways, the way forward is actually over here. However, if you want an item, you need to use Rock Climb up here. because in the upper left section of the dungeon is the simplest strength puzzle ever. Come on, I've played Pokemon Emerald and went through Sea Floor Cavern. You think this is a challenge? Anyways, that's the TM for Dog Pulse. Make sure you come over here to pick it up. Never mind, the veteran was not the last required trainer, and I need Polly to be healed up. Let's save on healing items. Okay, the real last trainer. This is a place where tough trainers naturally congregate. It's ideal for training. I agree, high-level Pokemon, it's ideal. Well, actually, what's ideal is a place that would give you the proper effort values. But when you are fully EV trained, you can... This is probably the best place to grind. Let's try Signal Beam. I know that Joy is pretty much my best option because of, you know, Ice Beam. Dragon Rush, it forces us to... Maybe I'm thinking of another move. I must be thinking of Dragon Tail. That's the move that forces you to switch. Swablu, you don't have your dragon typing yet, so I can use a discharge. And a Gabite. Signal Beam! I've been watching Invisible Gunslinger's #1's Let's Play of Lisa, and I just love how whenever he's using Nern, he goes, Finger Beam! I don't care what anyone says. Gunslinger, you are the best Let's Player. That's what I like about this place. Get to face tough trainers like you. When two roads diverge, you must choose a path less traveled. Wouldn't it be safer to choose the path that everyone travels, but then again, be adventurous. Welcome to Pokemon League. There should be an item around here. Is it north? I know it's around here, and I know it's not in the flower patch. There you go, the last plate. Well, it's not the last plate in the game, at least I don't think so. I don't know, I haven't counted all the plates, but it's the last plate we can obtain in the main game. Actually, the very last item we can obtain in the main game. So, let's honor it. There is text engraved in the back of the attained plate. The powers of the plates are shared among Pokemon. Lucas put the sky plate in the item's pocket. Pokemon League, the pinnacle of trainerdom. The water is a deep blue color. Would you like to surf on it? The barrel used surf. And interrupted the awesome music here. Well, it's not awesome, it's just really calm. But yeah. Do you recognize this area? You should. Because it's that castle that we saw through the binoculars. Doesn't matter if the going is slow, nor does it matter how many challenges it takes. I'm never giving up, not until I defeat the Elite Four. What is the Pokemon League? Don't take my word for it. Take the challenge and experience it for yourself. Do not walk up to the badge gate first. Go to the Pokemon Center first, heal up your Pokemon, get rid of your HM slaves. I'm going to end off the video, not now, but make sure to use the PC box. Let me cut the video because this is getting a little bit long. Okay, so I'm done. I just want to check out my team. I've even added ball capsules just for the fun of it. Unfortunately, I don't have enough for all of my Pokemon, so Etty and Polly is gonna have to miss out. Put the wise glasses back on Polly. Never melt eyes back on Joy. Anubis got the Razor Claw, and so did Hans got the other Razor Claw. Khan got the amulet coin back on, even though that I don't really care much about money at this point, especially because so long as you defeat 2 Elite Four members, if you lose on the third one, you'll still gain have a net gain of money. And Etty, of course, has the black glasses. I think I'm ready. Go up, step on this tile right here. Hold it! Don't go off without me! You're challenging the Pokemon League, aren't you? That's why I'm here too. Let's see who is more worthy of making the challenge with a battle. The last battle against Barry. Now he has a full team. Starting off with Staraptor like usual. Polly might be at a disadvantage if it uses a powerful move. Let's hope that my discharge can take care of it real fast. Close combat, that's what I was worried most about. Let's hope that Polly can survive. It does not look like it. Nope. But it did lower his defenses. So let's switch to Joy instead, and you'll get to see the Bell Capsule effect. Pink bubbles. Because Joy kind of looks like a pink bar of soap in a way. I don't know. Ice Beam. You should be able to survive this, can't you, Joy? Please, sweetheart. Yes, you can. Lowers the special defense even more, so the Ice Beam should be fine. Ice Beam! Probably shoots it out of the finger. Finger Beam! Shouldn't steal jokes from other YouTubers. Is it really a joke? More like a catchphrase. Sends out Heracross. Okay, fighting Bug. Probably going to outspeed Joy, but... Yep, and Joy's gonna end up going down. Wow, he has 2 Pokemon that has close combat. Let's not be stupid, let's send out Kong. Stars! Well, double stars, actually. Flame Wheel. Outspeed it. His defense has been lowered. Weak to fire. Stab move. Down. That's very foolish of you, Barry. You're Steel type. You would have been better off. Again, you would have been better off if it was just a pure Prinplup due to being a pure water type. That would put me in trouble, but nope. Steel type. Close combat, you're down. See? Powerful fighting type move. You're weak to it. Is my stab move. High physical attacker in the first place? Yeah, you're down. Snorlax. Ah, man, it's so tempting to... I would love to have Joy out again, but you know what? Switch to Anubis. Just so I can show off that ball effect. It's hard because I love Anubis. Nah, it's going to take down Anubis. Because Anubis is squad weak to Earthquake. You survived? Then this should take out the Snorlax. Because you're more of a special defender than a physical defender. Boo. I like that cry. Like a duh. Rapidash, so long as it does not outspeed me, I should be fine. Or it survives anyways. Okay, Khan goes down. Hans then. Just a note. Issue power is their best bet. Sunny Day, that's going to increase the power of both grass and fire type moves. Actually, does it power up grass type moves? Maybe it just affects Solar Beam. Maybe this actually makes it heals more? I don't know the exact effects when it comes to grass type Pokemon, but anyways, here's his last Pokemon. His Roserade. I fully believe in this last one. I have no reason to freak out. Yeah, you're not freaking out, you just talk fast. Additional dialogue if I get you down to low health. This isn't good. Right, if I can get you down to the yellow, Barry should have additional dialogue. Or I take it out so you won't... What Barry would say is that we've gone through tougher... Something along the lines of we've been through tougher situations before, but I took it out too fast so I can't show off that dialogue. What just went down? My team still needs raising? I guess I'm not ready for the Pokemon League if I'm losing to you. Darn it, you watch though. I'll get tougher and win my way through the Pokemon League. Because I'm going to be the champion, become the champion, the toughest trainer. Lucas, you better not lose to anyone before me. Well, because you're not in the... Unfortunately, that never happens to Barry because we never battle him in the champion throne room. It's just a rematch against the, well, what is now the current champion, but would then be a former champion because we would be the champion. It's not like in Sun and Moon where you just go into an empty throne room and then a random trainer battles you. Anyways, let's shine up these badges real quick. Don't need them sparkly, but I think that it's nice to have at least somewhat decent before we go to the badge check. I never got the point of the badge checks because you need 8 badges in order. Because of the way that the story is constructed, you need 8 badges to reach this point. I mean, the only game that isn't like that is Pokemon Emerald, where you can skip Noah and get to the Pokemon League, but you won't be able to go through the gate. That's literally the only time that you should be able to reach the Pokemon League with a missing badge. So I never understood why they do a badge check in every other game. But, hey, whatever. Hey, 45, 44. 1 minute? Let's see if it's 45, 45. I'm not gonna waste time. Let's just go ahead and do the badge check. Let me confirm you are qualified to challenge the Pokemon League. Let us examine the gym badges you gather from Sinnoh, Arbor City's Gold Badge, Eterna City Forest Badge, Hearthome City's Relic Badge, Fieldstone City's Cobble Badge, Pastoria City's Fen Badge, Canalave City's Mine Badge, Snowpoint City's Icicle Badge, and Sunny Shore City's Beacon Badge. Where would you move if I was standing there? Very well, trainer, you've indeed collected all the gym badges of Sinnoh. Demonstrate your power that brought you here and go for the glory. By the way, ever a variety of Pokeball you can buy at this shop. And if you go here, all the healing items that you could ever need. Basement and the attic, I did not mean to go down. Anyways, I need to do some serious grinding because I am severely underleveled. Don't let Barry fool you. You need all of your Pokemon to be at least 55 before you go in there, or else you're going to get your butt handed to you. So I'm gonna do some more off-screen training, but oh, we missed the 45-45. Oh well. Anyways, if you like this part, hit that like button. Feel free to leave behind a comment. I highly recommend you check out the rest of the videos because next time we're going to take on the Pokemon League and finally end this playthrough. See you guys next time. Actually, let's do it. Let's end the video outside.